Ads don't work. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever said that? On today's episode of Home Care Digital, we're talking about what you need to know about ads and whether or not they can work for you. So, a few things that you should understand. One is that it's really important that we are creating ads that are specific for the platform. You're gonna have a lot better results on the platforms. For example, if you're running a TikTok ad, the ones that are doing really well are ones that feel like they were made for TikTok. If you're just taking a commercial that you made with stock video and repurposing that, it's probably not going to do as well as if something that's a little bit more designed for the platform. So really keep that in mind. Number two, we have to make sure that our ads are being tracked. The thing is, ads work, like 100%. Ads work. There's no doubt about it. If they haven't worked for you, then it's likely that you're not doing a piece of it well. And understanding that part is very important. But in order to know that ads are being successful, so often you may have done this already where you boost something on Facebook and you just go, did that even work? Am I just throwing money away? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. If we're not driving to something like a lead magnet or something that's tracked or a landing page that's only for ads, then we have no way of actually looking to see if it's driving traffic, right? We may be able to look at our Google Analytics and see, hey, we got this many visitors from Facebook, but how many of those visitors are actually turning into leads? And so it's so important that when we think about ads, that we make sure that it's directly driving to ads. So for example, a lot of times I'm helping my students to run more effective Facebook ads for recruiting. This is great because you can actually see, hey, we got 50 applicants from Facebook. Great. How many of them became employees? Okay, now we look at this. All right, if we're able to spend X amount of dollars and it generates X amount of applicants and X amount of applicants become hires, then we can see that our cost per acquisition of a hire and determine what that is and determine whether it's worth it for you. Now, the other aspect of that, if you see that it is working to some capacity, you can then tweak and improve. Oh, let's tweak the copy, the verbiage. Does that improve the ad? Let's tweak the image. Does that improve the ad, right? And so the same thing works with any type of video ads that you may be running on whatever platform you're running. We need to have good ads. The video matters, the image matters, the copy matters. We can't just throw whatever we want, throw money at things and expect it to work. Ads can work really effectively because it allows you to create a very specific target audience and it can drive to a specific way that is going to a way that converts, right? The other aspect that you have to think about that if you're spending thousands of dollars on ads, but then your sales team isn't good at selling, it's not the ad's fault that you're not getting your ROI. We need to have the operations in place that we're converting on a very consistent basis. So you also don't want to drive ads to a unproven sales process that isn't consistently generating sales. So that's another piece. And the same thing works in the recruiting aspect that if you're running ads, but your caregiving funnel is a total mess, then you're just dumping money, or in this case, right, dumping water into a bucket that's just flowing out. We got to plug those holes so that we can maximize our ROI when running ads. And lastly, fail some more. I mentioned this briefly. We have to be willing to try and experiment to figure out what works. Now, there's a couple different rules and or not rules, but there's a couple different aspects to running ads that you do want to have some fundamental strategies and some formulas and some scripts to follow if you are going to be running ads in yourself, or you can reach out to an agency that helps with that. I know a lot of different companies that can help you specifically that work with home care companies. So if you want to know that information, reach out to me and I'll connect you with the right people. But when it comes to running these ads, there's a lot of different companies that can help you with this, but we want to make sure that we're not just dumping money in experimentation. You're better off starting small, experimenting with a smaller budget, and then once you start to see success, then you can start to evaluate and put more money into it. But also keep in mind that how much you spend can directly correlate to the results that you're getting, because keep in mind that you're competing against other companies. So regardless of whether or not you are thinking about advertising on TikTok, which I referenced before, but this is generally just an aspect of advertising in general in where you choose to spend your money. But we got to be scientists and we have to be willing to experiment. Do you want to learn how so many people just like you are getting incredible results on social media? Then you have got to check out my brand new free training, Social Media Success, where you're going to learn the 5 biggest mistakes home care business owners are making and how you can avoid them. all you gotta do is go to thedigitalchamps.com/social and start watching today.